first time I landed at that market center and you walk through the opening into that big open area, it's impressive. The buildings feel like they lean in on you.
Markets are important. It's where you learn trends and, look at new opportunities and things of that nature. We went to 13 vendors and we said, hey, this is what we want to do. And they were wanting to open up their doors and let the membership go and kind of see what a full-scale market is like.
Welcome into the Independent Thinking Podcast. This is your host, Rob Stott. One of the things I love about being able to work with a really diverse set of functional experts across Nationwide Marketing Group is that you get to see those, diverse skill sets put to use in so many ways. And today we get to dive in a little bit deeper with our furniture and bedding team, more specifically Mr. Jeff Rose, VP of Furniture, Bedding, and Outdoor, who's been, a big part of a lot of the really unique initiatives that our furniture and bedding team has pursued over the last several years. And I think we love all of our merchants, and I jest on here often about who is my favorite and how it rotates based on who I'm talking to that day on the podcast. But we joke, but really truly the F&B team has been one of the more innovative, I think, just in terms of how they approach trying to do different things and create new ways of sharing content or creating content or the programs they pursue, all sorts of stuff. And I think, what comes to mind are things like our Las Vegas Market Live video series that we've done over the years, and even pushing out a newsletter specific to their category from a few years ago, just trying different things to engage members and keep them aware and informed of the different things that are going on in the furniture, bedding, and outdoor space. And more recently, they innovated our own PrimeTime show that included a trip over to World Market Center for a unique opportunity for our dealers who've never been, many of which have never been to Las Vegas Market, to experience that World Market Center showroom and all of the different things that campus has to offer for these massive showrooms for our vendor partners to dive in and see full product lines, and just a really great experience. So to be able to get them on, chat with them about, some of the things they're seeing in the space and the way they approach business is always an awesome opportunity. And of course, at the end of the day, I get to ask Mr. Rose about floating beds and the updates on, what's going on there and when we can expect them finally in market. So no, always a good time chatting with him, and excited to be able to do that at PrimeTime. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. This is Jeff Rose, our VP of Furniture and Bedding here on the Independent Thinking Podcast. All right, we are back on the Independent Thinking Podcast, and Mr. Rose, I think the last time we did one in person at PrimeTime, I don't know if I was part of Nation. I might have been. It might have been my first PrimeTime.
It was your first one. Yes, it was.
So no floating beds still.
No floating beds. I knew you were going to say
right,
that.
I know you did.
I knew you were going to say that.
It is what it is, but I appreciate you taking the time and still sitting down with me despite all that.
Oh yeah, it's been a great ride with you, and it's been great watching you kind of grow with the vendors, the membership. Hey, I mean, you're doing a great job, man.
You as well, man. You look over at that F&B space on this show floor, and it is not only like rocking and growing, but like the breadth of brands in that space, and just like the variety in what you see over there is so cool.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey, and just my team's awesome. Chad and David and Harley and just the whole merch team, man. We all rally around together and just trying to provide that value for the membership.
Heck yeah. Well, let's start here in this town, in this city of Las Vegas. The investment property we were talking about between January now, next July, August. Do you have it? Have you made a down payment? Or how's that coming along?
Well, I don't even know.
All the stops, right?
I honestly don't know
what day it is.
I mean, we had furniture market out here, and then got to go home for maybe a day, and it's just
back to Vegas.
It's been a wild ride, but it's what we do.
I know.
It's what we do.
You know what it is? It's not the investment property. Nationwide needs like a U2 style residency.
Yes.
Out here.
Yes, I love it. I think it'd be great. I'd be all in on that.
But that goes to this town too, right? A big part of what we're doing here between having space for a PrimeTime and then knowing that there's a World Market Center not too far from here that we can go visit, which we did go visit.
We did.
So for those that aren't here that are listening that missed out on this opportunity, Talk about that experience going over to World Market Center.
Yeah.
Not during Las Vegas Market.
No. So, I would probably say about 4 months ago, I got to knock on Melissa's and Tom's door and said, hey, I'm thinking about maybe taking about 300 members off property during prime time, and I want to bring them down to Las Vegas Furniture Market. And they looked at me like I had 3 heads, and then once I kind of started telling them what we were really trying to do, and they were all on board, and we went to work. And our events team, they had a Zoom call with us trying to get our vision, and then we called IMC, and they loved the vision, and then we were off. And so now we fast forward to where Sunday was, and we had our Nationwide Learning Academy first ever off-site event for the furniture and bedding division. And we piled hundreds of members into a bus, and we headed down to Las Vegas Furniture Market.
And what I know for me, the first time I landed at that market center, and you walk through the little opening into that big open area, it's impressive. The buildings feel like they lean in on you. Which I have to imagine what was great about that event is that so many of the members there had never been there. So I feel like that experience was happening to so many of them. So talk about like the ability for them to be there and experience those, not just the buildings leaning in on them, but the showrooms themselves, and the opportunity to see the vendors in like that intimate setting.
Yeah, so when we were looking at the numbers and everything, it's the numbers it's about roughly 65% of our membership have never been to a furniture market.
I didn't realize
before.
It was that high.
Crazy. It's crazy, and so they're busy though.
Right,
They're running stores
sense.
and just being leaders in the community, and it's hard to get out here. And markets are important. It's where you learn trends and look at new opportunities and things of that nature on the vendor side of things. And so, we went to 13 vendors that are in the Nationwide portfolio, and we said, hey, this is what we want to do, and they were wanting to open up their doors and let the membership go and kind of see what a full scale market is like. And when they got off the bus and walked through that and saw the buildings leaning in on them, you talking about special? It was like Christmas almost for them.
It's wild. I'll be honest. I've been there 3 times now, counting this week, and it still has that feeling as you're walking into it. Different this time because it wasn't during a market, so it was even cooler, I think, to walk into it and have it be just like almost like desolate, like a desert, and it's empty. It's like surreal that you're in this. So it felt like you weren't supposed to be there, but we were, obviously. To walk into that and just see like it felt bigger almost. The fact that there were no people in there, it was just for us. It was really cool experience.
It was a very intimate, just a cool experience. The vendors loved it, the members loved it, and we might do it next show. I don't know yet.
I think you have to.
I know we're getting asked a lot. So
well, that's a good thing, right? So that was my next question. You kind of touched on it there a little bit, but the feedback in the days since. What are you hearing? Obviously, they loved it, but any specific feedback that?
Yeah, so it was unique on how we did it. We got got all the membership. They had to register, and then we broke them into they got to pick a track that they wanted. If they track 1, track 2, or track 3, and when they got there, everybody went on their way, and we broke everything up into 4 30-minute sessions that were inside your track. And then afterwards, they all came to Streamline Art, who's a great vendor of ours, and we had a great kind of art walk, basically. And it was
truly impressive. That gallery was something, man.
It was so special.
Your eyes get drawn. I curated. I know they got into detail about how it's curated, and it meant to do certain things to like your vision as you're walking through. But truly experiencing it, everywhere you turn, your eyes are like just pulled in by something else, and what a cool gallery.
It was really great to see, and as throughout the day, I'm getting texts from the vendors. This is so awesome that y'all were able to do this and navigate this. Just all of our field team was getting feedback from the members that went and just said, all right, when do I sign up now? Is there somewhere I can sign up right now to make sure I make the list for
awesome.
August? So
that's awesome.
It really did go over well, and it was a great way to start PrimeTime.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was
Absolutely.
such a great way.
And I mean, I have to imagine for the members that hadn't been, to see showrooms kind of merchandised in a way by the vendor that sort of simulates a retail floor, right? Like, they get to see it sort of in their vision, in the vendor's vision of how that vendor would merchandise a furniture store, essentially, or a mattress store. So the ability to look at that and experience that, if they never had, it has to be enlightening and educating in that sense to them as well, not in addition to just the product that they're learning about.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely beneficial for these retailers who have never been to just see how a manufacturer can do it in their own home, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the manufacturer's space at a market, and it's something that they take pride in.
Yeah.
And when they come here to PrimeTime, I mean, they're in 1,000 square feet, 800 square feet, and they do a phenomenal job of merchandising here. But at the market, I mean, they're in 10,000, 20,000 square feet, 30,000 square feet, and there's just a little bit more that they can do.
A little bit, but too, like, even from market to market, like re-merchandising and seeing how they change it up, try to change the experience from show to show, so there's a lot to be learned, to learn from those experiences walking through there, and cool opportunity.
You know what? I've seen you grow over the years, and listening to you talk, like, I'm just like, listen to Rob.
Look at him go. Look at Rob go.
But you're spot on. It's really a great, a neat thing.
No, absolutely. Well, turning attention to F&B market today. FB&O market, let me say.
FB&O PrimeTime.
Right? I'm gonna have to get used to saying that, right?
I know.
So what are conditions like today? How are things going? Where's your attention for 24 in furniture, bedding, and outdoor?
Yeah, so I just kind of like on the industry outlook side of things. I mean, people would think I'm crazy if they, if I didn't say it'd be challenging. 24 is going to be a little challenging. January did not start off great. We definitely bouncing back in February, and a decent President's Day, and but. We've got some challenges that are going to go out through the year. I mean, we've got Joe Biden and Trump they're going to be going at it, all for the next 8 months, and we got some macroeconomics things that we're looking at, inflation and things of that nature. And so, I mean, I do think we have some tailwinds coming as well. We got some pin-up demand, some product and units that we pulled forward, from COVID. There's units out there that are still, I think will come back. It might be in Q4 and into 2025, but I think just retailers they need to make sure they're in the market and kind of really. They're the brand and continue to be leaders in the community, and there's consumers still being out there. I mean, we're gonna have over 18 million units bought in bedding this year. There's consumers out there. So what are you doing? What are you looking at your business to go get that business?
Right. And to that point, that's kind of nice segue into my follow up in asking where should that attention be? What should they be focusing on? Is it obviously no blanket cookie cutter statement, store to store things are a little bit different, but areas of the business, is it marketing? What can they do to sort of drive that incremental business in the meantime to hang on?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to look at every aspect of your business. I mean, from when the consumer walks in, how are their RSAs being trained? Are they making that consumer shopping experience, the best first in class that those consumers need and want?
Right.
And if I think that's definitely got to close the sale or make the average ticket rise. What are you doing there? And I think there's a lot of great manufacturers out there that are doing a lot to help get product that they may be selling out for the consumers to help drive them into the store. So I think you need to look at manufacturers that are helping with that aspect. Yeah. And then obviously how are you advertising your space? I mean, I know we say all the time, website, and marketing, but are you truly diving in and doing your due diligence on, who are your best partners out there that are doing it right? Right. And so, it's going to be, it'd be lying if not, it's going to be a challenging, definitely next couple quarters. Yeah. So, you need to look in the mirror and kind of really reassess what you're doing and go get it.
Well, if anything, they can look around the PrimeTime show floor and like we talked about at the top, the innovation in sort of what it looks like on the F&B side of the floor, and the variety, right? Take that opportunity. If you're not here, you're missing out on a chance to get up close with a bunch of different brands that you may not think about, right? And to see them, in person, get up close with the product, and think about some ways to, shift your business a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, I mean it's, especially the furniture business. I mean, the furniture industry, it's such an antiquated, just an antiquated industry. I mean, we've got over 1,500 manufacturers out there, and so we're very diligent on who we bring into our fold, and want to make sure it's the right vendor partner. And we've got over 50 manufacturers here on the show floor for PrimeTime. We've got 9 new vendors. We brought in a great premium leather partner called Highline. They've had a dynamite show. And we've got some new outdoor vendors here, and I mean it's been a great show. But the manufacturers really came here displaying product well, and they're having fun over there. They're doing fun.
And now that I think about it, I mean there's been some demos that have been had that zero. They might not be floating, but zero gravity, like it's as close as you're going to get at this point, right? So we're kind of there.
We're never going to live that down, are we?
I don't think so. I don't think we can. It was my questions. It's my fault, but
we won't blame the moderator on this.
We got zero gravity and couch in some of the couches that are out there, and mattresses as well. Those adjustable bases, they got zero gravity.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun time, man. Hey, we appreciate you stepping away. I know your schedule's all over the place, so to spend a few minutes with us and chat about industry and show and what's going on, and again that market tour, it was awesome. So appreciate it, and look forward to doing it again in August.
Rob, you're crushing it, man. I appreciate just the time, and let me speak. And it's been a fun show, but we're getting to the end of it, and
I know
it's wore out. So.
Go sit. Massage chairs aren't too far from here. Go take a seat, man.
No kidding, buddy.
I appreciate you. Awesome, and thanks again to Jeff. Like I said, just great to be able to pick his brain. Obviously, a lot of new and exciting things going on at PrimeTime with the furniture market tour and seeing what's going on there. But just great to be able to tap into his brain and see where his mind is and trends he's following, and the way he's approaching business. It's just a unique approach, and one that we're lucky to have here at Nationwide, and that are working on behalf of our furniture, bedding, and outdoor dealers. So appreciate him taking the time, and as always, appreciate you listening to the Independent Thinking Podcast, and we'll catch you next time.